and the Prime Minister makes a judgment call, and she says, I have to do what I think is in the national interest. I'm going to go to Brussels tomorrow and say what I have to say. Thank you very much. And she puts the phone down. And we're all sort of this huge sort of collective sigh of relief. We think and because Arlene doesn't say yes and she doesn't say no, that's enough. That gives us enough to fly out. Now, because of the timing of Juncker having to go into hospital, she then needed to fly out in the early hours of the morning. So it's now about, midnight, 1 o'clock. None of us want to go home because it's so historic. Because we don't want to miss any of this, and because we've got a lot of briefing to do first thing in the morning, because we're about to surprise the country with sufficient progress. We all sleep in Downing Street. This was the first time I'd ever slept at Downing Street. It's not the last time, but the first time I'd ever slept there. And I didn't know that they were upstairs. There were like fold-out camp beds. And so I took a couple of really kind of hard cushions off this tiny little sofa in the events and visits room and laid them out in the press office and put a load of coats on top of me. And Tom Swarbrick slept on the Chancellor's sofa, which is a big, huge thing. And Tom Swarbrick's a tall chap, so he slept on that. And then about 5 o'clock in the morning, Robbie Gibb, who was the director of comms at the time, he'd obviously gone into the Chancellor's room and woken up Tom, because Tom was in charge of broadcast when he did a lot to do the work. And he kind of opened the press room and he said, what are you doing here on the floor? I was sort of staggered up. And it was 5 in the morning. The Prime Minister boarded the 146 of RAF Northolt and flew off. And we got on the phone, started ringing around saying, to all the broadcasters saying, we've got sufficient progress. The Prime Minister's taking off from RAF Northolt now, she'll be at Brussels, and we got it over the line. And the rest, as they say, kind of went downhill a bit from there, didn't it? But that was a big moment for us, and I can't. The drama of us all sort of sat over the phone while this background of sort of parties was going on was just really surreal.